Hello student, welcome to Guru Gobind Singh Public School and Junior College. Standard 5th, subject EVS 1. I am your science teacher Rashmi Walke. Students, we are learning lesson number 19, Constituents of Food. And today we are going to see part 3 video of this lesson. After watching this video, you will be able to understand about vitamins and minerals, a balanced diet, nourishment and malnutrition. So let's start chapter 19, Constituents of Food, part 3. Students, up till we learn about macronutrients. Macronutrients means the nutrients which are required by the body in large amounts are called as macronutrients. And in macronutrients, carbohydrate, fats and proteins are there. And now we will learn about micronutrients now. So what is mean by micronutrient now? Micronutrients means the nutrients which are required by the body in small amount. And vitamins and minerals are coming in the micronutrients. So let's learn about vitamins. Vitamins is also one of the constituents in the food which is important for our body. So there are different vitamins and the different vitamins are named using the letters of the alphabet. For example, vitamin A, vitamin B, C, D, E and K are the most important vitamins. Although we need vitamins in very small quantities, a lack of deficiency of any vitamin results in serious disorders. For example, a deficiency of vitamin A over long period results in night blindness. A deficiency of vitamin D results in weak and brittle bones. Vitamins gives us the ability to resist diseases. Now let's see about minerals. Minerals also one of the constituent of our food and it is very important for our body. So iron, calcium, sodium, potassium are examples of minerals that are essential for the body. They are needed in very small quantities, but they have an important part to play in all the necessary functions of our body. For example, iron. Iron is necessary for carrying oxygen to different parts of the body. If there is a deficiency of iron in the blood, the body does not get enough supply of oxygen and one feels constantly weak and tired. This condition is called anemia. The mineral calcium makes our bones strong. All kinds of fruits, vegetables, green leafy vegetables, sprouted pulses, their skin and the bran of cereals and pulses are all sources of vitamins and minerals. So we have to include all these things in our diet. So that is why as far as possible we should eat fruits with their skins and we should not sift flour to throw away the bran. Now let's see about the balanced diet. What do we tell about ourselves when we say I am fit and fine? So being fit and fine means that we have enough strength and energy to study, play and carry out all our tasks quite easily. Our body is growing well and we do not fall ill every now and then. We all wish to be in good health. For good health, our body should get all the different constituents of food, namely carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals in the right quantities. A diet which provides all these constituents in the right quantities is called a balanced diet. Now let's see about the nourishment and malnutrition. So, for our body to be well nourished, we must get all the different food constituents in the right quantities. If a person's diet lacks some constituents over a long period of time, that person does not get proper nourishment. Malnutrition has serious consequence for the person's health. Here, children, malnutrition means lack of proper nutrition. Yes, malnutrition means lack of proper nutrition. For example, if a person does not get enough carbohydrates and proteins, their growth is stunted. They feel constantly tired, they cannot cope up with their studies or games or other tasks. Deficiencies of vitamins or minerals cause some specific disorders. There are some misconceptions about diet. If a child eats sweets, chocolates, cakes, fried stuff, etc., and grows fat, some people think that the child is healthy. But if you eat only one kind of food stuff, your body does not get all the necessary food constituents. Such a person would be malnourished. So, children, you should take care. You should not eat all these things only. You have to include in your diet fruits, leafy vegetables. Do you know? From every food atom in our diet, we get several constituents of food. For example, chickpea or gurdani. From the nuts, we are getting proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. And from the jaggery, we are getting sugar and iron. If we eat banana, from banana, we are getting sugar, some minerals, and fiber. From boiled eggs, we are getting proteins, fats, some vitamins, and minerals also. Student, always remember, it is better to eat freshly prepared food items that will make for a balanced diet rather than snack or tempting ready-made foods you see in the market. So, here we learn about food. Here three types: energy giving food. So, energy giving food, carbohydrates and fats. Then bodybuilding foods contain proteins. Food necessary for bodily process and resistance to diseases, vitamins and minerals. So what we have learnt in this whole topic, the body gets energy from carbohydrates. In carbohydrates, three things are coming: starch, sugar and fiber. Okay. Then proteins are necessary for the growth of the body, as well as for the repair of the wear and tear of the body. Our body gets energy from fats too. Although our body needs vitamins and minerals in small quantities, a deficiency of any of them can lead to a disease or disorder. Fruits, vegetables and their skins, cereals and pulses are all sources of fiber. From each of the food atom that we eat, we get more than one food constituent. If the diet does not include all the food constituents in the right proportion, it leads to malnutrition. Malnutrition has serious consequence for the person's health, means it can cause diseases to the person. Thank you, children.